We got them. Oh no, we did that, right? So when we look at hire purchase agreements, whenever you see hire purchase, then think simple interest. It's always based on simple interest. So it's always based on the original amount. And you'll see this works in the, what's it called? Loan Sharks Advantage. So let's look at this scenario. Andy's buying a stereo system for 14,800 Rand. Pays 2,220 Rand in cash. Balance is paid through a hire purchase, and immediately think simple interest. Interest rate is 16% per annum, repaid over 3 years. Okay, determine the total amount that must be repaid over 3 years. Cool, so how much money is Andy borrowing? Well, you might think, 14,800. But no, not 14,800, because he has paid this 2220 in cash to start with. So for question A, we're going to say, well, it's that 14,800, and let's subtract 2220, and we get 12,580 Rand. So that's how much Andy needs to effectively borrow and pay back to get the stereo. So what's next? Determine Andy's monthly repayments. Okay, so we can't just say, well, you're taking that and dividing it by how many months, because there's this interest that's growing all the time. So let's see. We know our simple interest formula. A equals P1 plus NI. So our principal amount, 12,580. 1 plus N. What is N? How many years? 3 years. So 3 years times 16%. Remember, 16% is like 16 over 100. So 0.16. Because 2 decimal places is like going to over 100. So 16 over 100. And it wouldn't make sense to go 1.6 because it's a fraction, or 1.6 is a fraction, but it's a fraction less than 1. And it wouldn't be 0.016. And we'll get the hang of turning these things into decimals. Okay, so punch that into the calculator and we get 18,618 Rand and 40 cents. Okay, so things have grown quite quickly. 14,000 Rand, spending 18,000 Rand just on the monthly repayments, still paid the 2 up front as well. So I spent 20,000 Rand or so. Okay, so let's have a look here and go, well, the monthly repayments, so let's say what we're doing here, monthly, well, we need to take that amount and divide it by however many months he's paying it over. Well, it's 3 years. How many months is that? Well, 3 times 12, so 36. So we divide that by 36 into the calculator and we get 51718. So that's how much Andy's paying every month to get that stereo system. Seems like a bargain. 500 Rand for a stereo with almost 15,000 Rand. But that's every month for 3 years, plus the 2,000 up front. And our final bit is, it was 14.8. How much more did Andy end up paying? Well, let's look at all the things that Andy spent. He spent 18,618.40. Also spent the 2220, remember, up front. So that's what was spent. So how much more? Let's subtract what the stereo was actually worth and into our calculator, and we get 6038.40. So he spent an extra 6,000 Rand because it was the 18,000 plus the 2,200 initially, and it should have only cost 14.8 if it was bought straight away. So an extra 6,000 Rand to get the stereo straight away. You decide. Was that worth it? Wasn't it worth it? The point is just to know that these things add up. And let's see, Bob's going to be up next.